Just about 17 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Now, the study of history is important for many reasons, as it helps to explain the present and acts as a vital guide in confronting the future. This morning, we're going to be talking about History Fest 2023 by Local, an examination of the business history of TNT, which begins tomorrow and is hosted by the University of the West Indies. And joining me to talk more about this is Dr. Akil Murray, Assistant Lecturer at the Department of History at the UWI in St. Augustine. Doctor, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. Good morning to you. Good morning to your viewers.
Thank you so much for joining us. History Fest, I know it begins tomorrow, but before we get to the event itself, tell us what History Fest is all about.
History Fest is all about engagement and outreach. The Department of History has always been involved in outreach. Even before History Fest, we would have had conferences. In 2012, we had a conference called In the Fires of Hope, where part of that conference was going out to the various communities and engaging with them. So it's not just about persons who are academically inclined.
Right.
After that, we would have had workshops coming throughout the years, up to this point as well, CSEC and CAPE workshops. In 2014, our then head of department, Dr. Claudius Fergus, decided that we needed something, to add to our outreach, and History Fest was his brainchild. So we developed various themes throughout the years. We have done themes on indigenous peoples. We have looked at the pandemic and health during that period. Positioning the pandemic was the name of that History Fest. So that is what it's really about. So we engage with the wider university community, national community, regionally and internationally as well, because we have had scholars coming in to give their perspectives and to share information on the various topics throughout. So that's what it's about. We're carrying history to the people. It's not just about students coming in to learn history at the University of the West Indies. History is for everyone. We live history, we breathe history. The foundation of our identity is really caught up in our history, how we speak, who we are as a people. And so we think it's really necessary to go out and do that. So we do that through History Fest every year.
Yeah, because that was also going to be my next question as well, the significance, of course, of informing people about their history. I mean, we often hear, you can't know where you're going unless you know where you come from. And so I think you gave us a really nice synopsis there. Now, History Fest, of course, this year, we're talking about business history and, of course, buying local.
Yes.
Why did you think we needed to transition or even talk about this topic for this year?
Well, every year we have meetings and we discuss, strong debates on what should be the topic.
Right.
And of course, we're living in a globalized world. A number of economies across the world have struggled through the pandemic. And so coming out of that and going into this new era, we thought it appropriate to discuss business, especially local businesses. And of course, we have a segment where we deal with the wider Caribbean and business in that area as well. So just our position as Caribbean people and Caribbean economies in the global market, we think it's important to see how we can find a space, and so that's why we looked at business history this time.
When we talk about buying local, are we only looking at the local farmers, for example, or who particularly you think would be interested in something like this?
I think it's for all persons interested in business, entrepreneurs, not just agriculture, technology, and the various fields of business, So I think it's open. The panelists that we have a wide range of topics that we're going to be covering in relation to business. So anybody that's interested in business, entrepreneurship, I think they can learn from the past, because some of our discussions are going to be based on the history of business in terms of growing food. Right. So that will be more so for those involved in agriculture. Yes. So they, of course, will have that. And we also have persons who are involved in business, very active in business now. So they're not so much historians or academics, but they're just going to be talking about the landscape, the business landscape in our society today. And so it's going to be interesting for those persons as well who want to get involved in business and just want to have an idea of the state of business and the economy of Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, you mentioned the panelists, of course, that we're going to see. So tell us about the activities. I know it begins tomorrow.
Yes.
How long does it run for, and some of the activities we can look forward to?
So History Fest this year is running from tomorrow until Friday. Tomorrow we have the opening ceremony. That is going to be face-to-face at the Alma Jordan Library, University of West Indies. That's the main library. So our head of department, Dr. Matthews, is going to be bringing greetings. So we have those formalities. And following that, we have our first panel discussion. We have both a mix of young and old academics from the Department of History themselves. And they're going to be talking about growing food, the history of growing food in Trinidad and Tobago. We have Professor Samaru, Brinsley Samaru, who is well known. We have Dr. Rita Pemberton. We have a young panelist who is a PhD student in the Department of History, Mr. O'Neill, and he is going to be coming to talk about growing food in Tobago. So we have that mix of Trinidad and Tobago. And in that panel discussion. So that one is face-to-face. Thursday, we have 2 roundtable discussions, and that's going to be in a webinar format, so it's going to be online. At one of those discussions, we're going to be talking about reading, writing, learning, and teaching the business history of Trinidad and Tobago. And the wider Caribbean, and we have academics from Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean. Professor Monteith from Jamaica, Dr. Henderson Carter from Barbados, Dr. Carl Watts from Jamaica, as well as Dr. Kusha Haraxing from Trinidad. So they are going to be talking about that more academic side of things. That will be at 10 a.m. on Thursday. And at 12:30, right after that one, we have another roundtable discussion, and that is going to be on local business in Trinidad and Tobago, and that's where we have those involved in business coming to talk about the state of business and the economy of Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, Friday looks exciting. Drama competition.
Yes, well, even before we get there, running with those panel discussions and roundtable discussions, we have an open market.
Oh, yes. On the Thursday as well?
No, on the Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay,
yes,
nice.
That will be running. So it's not just theoretical, it's not just discussions, but we're going the practical route as well. Yeah, so we have a number of vendors that are going to be there at the undercroft of the Faculty of Social Sciences, and they are going to be plying their trail and selling their goods. So it's open for the public, and of course, students and staff of the university will also get the opportunity to purchase items and engage with some of our local vendors.
Of course.
Yes. So on the Friday, the somewhat exciting part, we had this year our schools competition. We had the essay writing competition. So we had a number of entries higher than previous times, so we're grateful for that. Primary and secondary schools. We had the drama competition. I was a judge for that, so it was very entertaining and very informative as well. And we have a diverse group of entries and interesting pieces. So at the closing ceremony on Friday, those who made the finals for the drama competition are going to be presenting their pieces. We are also going to be awarding the prizes for those who won the essay competition. And we also had an art competition where we got entries actually from undergraduate students who are very creative, and some very interesting and gorgeous pieces of art are going to be on display. And they are going to be there to introduce their pieces and allow the public to interact with them on the Friday. Yes.
What was the purpose of closing off the festival in that sort of way?
Again, it's about bringing it to life. So having all the discussions on the Wednesday and the Thursday, having the business aspect of it, we thought it best to, again, that level of engagement and outreach to sort of interpret and present what the younger generation has to say on business in Trinidad and Tobago. So I think, that's a perfect way to end it.
These panel discussions, are they free for the public?
Yes, of course, they are free. You have to sign up online, of course. You can go to our Instagram page, that's STAUE History, and you go to the link in our bio, and just click the link. You'll be able to sign up. Just put in your first name, your surname, and your email address. You can also go to our web browser, that's bit.ly/historyfest 2023. You must put a capital H and a capital F, and you'll be able to sign up also to join the webinar, those two roundtable discussions that we will be having.
Yeah.
And so it's not just about being able to access the discussion, but also you can pose your questions to those at the roundtable, and they will be responding accordingly. So yes, members of the public can engage in that way as well.
And what times do we start on the Wednesday and Thursday?
Right, so on the Wednesday we start at 10 a.m., the opening ceremony, and right into the panel discussion after that. On the Thursday, we start at 10 a.m. as well with the roundtable discussion.
Right.
That runs for 2 hours until 12. And at 12:30, just 30 minutes after, we have the second roundtable discussion. So everything is starting at 10 a.m. The closing ceremony on the Friday also starts at 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m.
Yes.
And the vendors market that we have, is it that it's closed off already? Like people can still contribute, or how is it working?
If it's closed off.
Yeah, so the market that you're having on the Thursday and Friday.
The Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday,
Yes.
sorry. Is that people can come to that and they can see what options
Yes,
are available?
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
open to the public, of course. You enter campus, you see, of course, you're going to interact
Yes.
or engage with the security.
Yes.
You tell them you're coming to History Fest, you're coming to the market, and you'll be guided accordingly to safe parking.
Right.
And you can come and purchase items. Yes.
Nice. And what sort of items are going to be
Right,
available?
so I want to make sure that I
list the correct
yes,
items.
yes, list the
Yes,
businesses.
yes.
All right.
That we have available.
Yes. So we have Shamir. Yes.
Oh, Shamir, very nice.
Yes, we have Shamir, we have Mommy's Boss Food Ventures, we have Vortex Sensations, we have Yui Cocoa Research Unit. So you're going to get quality chocolate.
Yes.
Yes, coming straight from the quality cocoa that we have right here, and that is world renowned. Not some of the chocolate that is international, that is actually categorized as candy. So you're going to get quality chocolate there from the Cocoa Research Unit.
Nice.
And other products made out of cocoa, of course.
Yes.
We have the Faculty of Food and Agriculture that's going to be there selling vegetables, fruits, and other items. I believe we have a student that is involved in handicraft, and they will be selling, and their name is Key H Craft Design, so you can look out for them if you like little trinkets and necklaces and so on.
You can get that as well.
Correct,
Now,
and Eastern Credit
Dr.
Union.
Murray, just remind me again where we can go to get more information.
All right, so you go to our Instagram page,
Right.
STA UE History, and you can browse the page. We have pictures of the various roundtable discussions, the panel discussions there. And again, you can click that link in our bio to join the webinar sessions. You can also email us at the Department of History at historydept@sta.ue.edu. Or you can call the office at 662-2002. Extension 82022.
Dr. Marie, thank you so much for coming in and sharing the information. All the best
Thank
with
you
History
for
Fest
having
that's
me.
going to be taking place tomorrow until Friday. And of course,
Thank
keep
you.
doing the good work that you're doing as
Of
well.
course.
Just keeping us informed of our history.
Yes, we will.
And that, of course, was Dr. Akil Murray, an assistant lecturer at the Department of History at the University of the West Indies in St. Augustine, talking about History Fest. Remember, it takes place tomorrow. You're on the Now Morning Show. We're going to take a break and be right back. But stay with us, because up next we have Unique, Not Different with Shamla.